Hi everybody, I've decided to go out on a little hike today. So I am outside of Nashville, Tennessee at a place called Couchville Lake. And the Couchville Lake is right next to J. Percy Priest Lake here in south part of Nashville. And I'm at Long Hunter State Park. And I'm going to be taking a trail that doesn't really go around the Couchville Lake, but it goes down along the edge of J. Percy Priest. So that's where we'll be going today. And glad to have you come along. As you can tell here along J. Percy Priest Lake during the spring, if you look real close, you can tell this has been flooded many times. J. Percy Priest gets up, sometimes floods up pretty good in the spring, and it really flooded a lot here this year. We've had more rain this year than is even close to being normal, so they've had a lot of flood waters here. But it's beautiful back here, even though I do feel a few mosquitoes flying around my ears, and I didn't bring any insect repellent, so that may cut our trip short. Well, here we are by J. Percy Priest Lake. Beautiful, calm day out by the lake today. A lot of birds and squirrels around. I'm going to try to get some shots of them when I get a chance. And mosquitoes are carrying me away already, and I barely got started. But that's what I get for coming out here unprepared. That's life. It's not uncommon this time of day, when it's been cool the last 2 days, even though it is August, it has been pretty cool, that a snake will come up out and curl up in one of these little sunny spots and be sunning itself. And so, as much as I'd like to be really quiet, so I could maybe catch some deer or some turkey along here, I kind of want to make a little bit of noise, just to, if there's anything around there, they slither off and I don't have to stop and go around them or something like that. But it's a beautiful day out here. Can't believe it's only like 78 degrees on an August, what is this, 17th or 15th or 16th? 16th of August, I think. And it's just unbelievable how nice it is. It's a real godsend. Really enjoying the walk. Hope you all are too. It's beautiful back here. We're kind of getting away from the lake now, and it's just gorgeous out here, kind of in the woods in between the, actually we're pretty good ways from Couchville Lake now, because we've been following Percy Priest, but now we're turning into the woods, and boy, it's just beautiful back here. I'd love to jump up a deer, but it'd be awful hard for me to catch one with all this equipment I'm carrying. One of the things that I enjoy so much about being down here in Tennessee, and I know it's a headache for a lot of people, But I love seeing all the limestone everywhere. I know it makes it hard to do basements and hard to build fences and everything, but every time I see a big pile of outcropping limestone like this, I let my mind kind of go back and think about all the Civil War battles that were fought in places like this and these areas, and you know, they'd use all these natural barriers for cover, and whoever could get the high ground obviously had the advantage because they had such great cover. And as a terrible thing as the Civil War was, and you know, brother killing brother here in this country, I still am fascinated by the Civil War. Probably more fascinated than it deserves, but just enjoy it. And so every time I'm out here in the woods in Tennessee or Kentucky or down in these southern states, I just imagine, you know, the people who have tread on these trails before I have, and how scared these young men were, not knowing what the next day held. And they were here in the midst of all this unbelievable beauty, and yet it had a, you know, a terrible outcome for many of them. But this is beautiful down here. As you can see, the trail is very well marked. They've got these reflective markers on the trees every, oh, I don't know, 100 yards or less. And so it's a very pleasant walk. The trail is maintained well. It's well marked. And it's just a beautiful place to spend the morning or afternoon. I think next time I come out, I'm going to come out right at daybreak and see if I can get some wildlife photos or maybe some video footage. Just beautiful down here. Just beautiful. Beautiful. But here the trail gets a little narrower, but boy, it sure is pretty. Flowers on both sides, butterflies flying all around, an occasional bee chasing me. Just kind of hoping we don't see any snakes. Or if we do, I get a chance to put him on the screen before he runs off or before I run off. You know how I was talking about the Civil War and stuff earlier? I've run across a remnant of what appears to be a genuine, no mortar, what they refer to as slave walls out here in the woods. Now it no longer has the vertical rocks stacked up on top, but it's certainly a wall that was hand laid as a barrier. But this is something that I wouldn't be surprised at all that if it didn't date back to Civil War times. Really neat. Well, folks, we've about hit the end of the trail, and I'm going to turn around. It's not a loop trail, so it's 4 miles this way and 4 miles back. So I'm going to take a little breather here, grab some water. Just a little reminder to you, even on these cool days, you always need to bring water with you when you go out on these hikes. Even though it may be a short planned trip, you still need to stay hydrated. Even if you don't have any kind of special medical conditions, you never know what can happen. You can sprain an ankle, trip and fall, whatever, but you might be out here a lot longer than you think, and on certain days there may not be people coming around. So it's a good thing to always have a little snack in your backpack and at least one good bottle of water. And if you're out west somewhere, or it's in the really severe August heat like it usually is this time of year, you need to carry at least a couple, or even a water purifier. With a good water purifier, you can get all the water you need right here out of the lake. So I've used one many, many times on my backpacking trips. So don't ever discount those. They're well worth the money. So I'm going to take another drink here, and then we're going to head on back. How y'all doing? Good. You catching some fish? See if you can catch one on camera for me. Well, folks, we made it back. We're back here in the parking lot at the trailhead. Again, we were on the Bryant Grove Trail here at the Long Hunter State Park here in Nashville, Tennessee. There's also a shorter trail called the Couchville Lake Trail, which goes all the way around the lake here, and it's a 2-mile loop. But the trip that we went on is 4 miles one way, and then obviously 4 miles back. Had a great time. Got to see some nice people, got to see a lot of nice scenery, and it's a wonderful trail. It's very well maintained, and so if you're looking for a great place to spend a nice cool morning, or maybe a early evening, get a chance to see some wildlife or something, I would recommend this trail very much. A lot of pretty flowers, a lot of greenery, some squirrels, birds, and I'm sure it's very possible in the morning or late evening to see some deer. I hope you had a good time today. I'm Steve Hardesty saying goodbye and good hiking.